think I'm live, guys. Hey, guys, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today we had a 700 point crash on the stock market. As I was making this video, it may increase or decrease depending what time they close. So I also want to show you some other stuff that's happening in the cryptocurrencies and the gold. But let's start off with the stocks. Okay, I'm sorry, it's 800 points. uh, 789 points. Okay, so here it is, guys. Here is you can look at it right there. Hopefully you guys can see. And so today's crash was 799, 800 points just today. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at what's happening with gold. Okay, today gold was up. Okay, there we go. You can see right there, guys. I'm not marketing this company. I'm just using their charts just to show it to you. Okay, and cryptocurrencies are like Bitcoin is actually up 1.39%. Okay, but right now these cryptos are taking a big beating, guys. They were just recently at 20,000, and now they are a little bit less than $4,000. Okay, so that's where we are. But what does this have to do with the real world? Okay, now the stock market, in my opinion, is going to come down a lot more, 9,000 points. I don't have a crystal ball, but significantly. And so what's going to happen next is that a lot of people's pensions are going to be evaporated because it's big companies that promise to pay people like GMCs and the Fords and the school systems and etc. They're going to lose their ability to pay pensions as they go under. Okay, so that's the very first thing that's going to happen. Pensions are going to start going away. Big companies are going to default. Number two is that the other asset bubbles are going to start deflating, like real estate. Um, I just uploaded a video on YouTube that talked about how the real estate assets is going to start popping. Okay, so many people got home equity loans. So many people use their homes as the ATM. So many people believe what the banker said the house value was. And with this funny money, easy money lending that's going on right now, so many people bought homes that shouldn't bought homes or couldn't afford to buy homes, but they bought bigger homes because interest rates were lower than what they could really afford. They could afford a smaller home. They went and got a bigger home because interest rates are low. So many people use their credit cards and purchase so many stuff with adjustable um, points, or if they default, then it'll go even higher. Okay. And so what's going to be happening next is now that many different assets are going to be in popping, like the bond, the real estate, um, stocks. Okay, a lot of the corporations are going to start going under or closing down. We already saw with Ford announcing, like, I don't know, I brought it to you guys 6 7 months ago on my YouTube channel that they're going to stop making cars. They're just going to start doing trucks. And I said, hey, the GMC is probably going to follow. So what does that mean? We bailed these guys out in 2006, 2007, last crash. These two big to fail companies, we've paid for them with our tax money, and now guess what? They're going out of business. They're closing locations. They're letting go a bunch of employees, factories, franchise, and parties that make the parts. Okay, we should have let them go in the last crash. Why do we fork over billions of dollars and then for them to go under down the line? Okay, and the same thing is just going to happen if the corporations like went under that got the bailout. What do you think is going to happen to the banks? The same thing is going to happen to those guys because they still didn't change their business habits. They didn't change their business practices. They continue doing, shitty quality products or shitty quality ripping the people off. And that's why the birth of like Bitcoin has came because of the last um, crash. People are tired of believing central bankers. People are tired of believing their banks, the big to fail corporations that we have to bail out from the bankers all the way down to the automobile. Okay, instead of being a true capitalism where if one company goes down, those other people will come up, but somehow, you know big brother and central bankers want to suppress the small people and only have the big companies like to be successful. At one time, Henry Ford was not a big company. He was just a small guy running out of his farm. He was doing exactly what I do, is what I teach my students to do, just to use your imagination, to use your own saving, and I use credit, okay? And he was trying to be his dreams. But now, you know, it's not the same thing anymore. They make horrible products that people don't want to buy anymore. That's why they're buying Nissans and Toyotas, because they don't break down, they have better quality. And when prices of things go up and up and up through inflation, okay, which is the next thing that's going to happen after the bubble pops. People want to spend $30,000 and get a car that's dependable. They don't want to spend $30,000 and then constantly put money into it, considering now they got to pay insurance, they got to pay all this crazy stuff because they bought something they couldn't afford on money they didn't have through a debt system. Okay, so it's hard for them. So that's why they go with these cars. So instead of the businesses changing the model, like the manufacturers or like the bankers, they didn't do that. We bailed them out with our money, and now they're gonna go bust. Okay, not only I don't think um, the manufacturers, but I believe the bankers are going to go bust. A lot of bankers are going to go bust, or they're going to bail in and take our money, whatever money you have in your savings or etc. They'll take those money, okay, and make you a part owner of the bank, I guess, in one way, because last time we bailed them out and they made the same exact mistakes. So what I foresee, in my opinion, now I don't have a crystal ball, that the stock markets are going to come down, real estate assets are going to come down, uh, bond market is going to come down. Um, People are going to start defaulting on all this debt they have, from car to auto to credit cards to mortgages, and countries are going to start defaulting. Okay, like the domino, like Australia, Canada, America, defaulting on their debts because they have so much debt versus what they produce. Like, for example, in America, we don't hardly produce anything, so little compared to the 50s or 60s, guys, so little, okay? What we produce now is debt credit. We have Wall Street that produces instruments to enslave other people, not only in America, but all over the world through its paper. But back in the days, we made the paper, we made the computers, we made the bicycles, we made the cars, we made everything locally here. Okay, the clothes that we wear, but today it's not like that. From Apple to Verizon, they have even their support via using VAs. Now, this is why you, as a small guy, should use virtual assistants called VAs. I have a course that teaches the small guy, you, no matter if you have a $2 or $3 million business or bigger, how to use virtual assistants like Verizon does, like AT&T does, like banks do. Okay, for $150 a month, $200 a month, for those guys to work 40 hours a week for you, right at MrNoFluff.com. The course is called the VA Exponential. I teach you how to become like the big corporations as a small guy. Why not use the same tools the big guys use to make billions and billions and become elite? Why don't we use the same stuff? Okay, and also help out the people in those other countries by providing them jobs and create a win situation for us. But that's a different story. So with the stock crashing, it's going to lead to other assets crashing, like real estate, like bonds, and then other countries defaulting. And then my thing is that it doesn't even have to start in America. Like, for example, Canada defaults, or um, Australia real estate pops, or Japan's or China, and then because of the central banking, people default because they have the same exact pill. They took the same exact pill, which is fractional reserve, etc. Then other countries will default because everything's already tied in together, guys. Okay, everything's tied in. It's so complex to explain. Okay, um, even though we're trying to separate ourselves by creating tariffs and things of that nature, but for a long time we're all integrated. That's why if you open your refrigerator, your food comes. Every part comes from a different parts of the world. Okay, or different parts of America. So it's going to create a great opportunity, and the opportunity is going to be a wealth change. The bankers are going to steal the average person's wealth. All the pensions they had to, big corporations had to pay. It's going to get wiped out. The money that's in people's savings, I believe, in my opinion, is going to get wiped out, or it's going to be bailed in. Um, People are going to lose their jobs. corporations are going to downsize. Okay, people are going to start defaulting on their real estate. People are going to start defaulting on their credit cards, and this is going to create a great opportunity for a small group of people. The bankers, of course, because they're going to steal everyone's wealth, the middleman's wealth, but also the middleman or the poor man's can also learn to maximize on this because now I am going to go all in and buy a bunch of real estate. Okay, because real estate's not only going to be a bad idea, like CNN's going to say, newspapers going to say, ABC, whatever. They're going to say, oh, real estate's bad, real estate's down, there's a foreclosure and down the corner, foreclosure's up, and everybody is going to think real estate's shitty. No one's going to want real estate, and that's the time that I'm just going to go buy real estate. Now, I'm not going to go buy real estate by just taking over, by going borrowing you know, a mortgage from the bankers. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to go work with homeowners direct and just create what's called owner financing, what's called creative financing, what I teach you at mrnofluff.com for free at my blog or at the Abundance Club where we work one-on-one to help you get deals in your own backyard. Okay, totally for free because when I'm going to buy real estate, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on advertisement and stuff like that because there's going to be so many fishes out there. I'm going to use a lot of this free tactics that I teach my students on Flipping Wednesdays or on the Abundance Club, where we find deals in their backyards totally for free without spending money. And when the crash comes, there's going to be so much more fishes. There's going to be so much more sellers out there that it's not going to be, you're not going to have to do too much, to catch these people, okay, to help them out. Versus where when it's a hot market, sellers, the only sellers you're going to have are that going to willing to go with this strategies are going to be what's called motivated sellers. But in this market that's going to come, people that normally would never ever consider just letting you take over their payments or willing to just walk away from the property will now consider it because the home equity is wiped out. They lost their job, they lost their 401s, their retirements, and they have no other choice in their mind, and so they're willing to just to walk away because other people are walking away. So they're going to see a lot of people walking away or being foreclosed on, and that's the great time to go ahead and buy real estate. That's a great time for me to buy real estate. I'm not giving you financial advice; it's just my opinions. But that's the time I'm going to buy real estate, and the strategy I'm going to use is just to take over the seller's payment, and that's what I teach at Mr. No Fluff. I teach a couple of things. I teach you how to be your dreams without debt, without money. Okay, you got to put the sweat equity in though. All right. The other thing I teach is to buy real estate without going to a bank, without going to a hard money lender, without going the traditional way. I teach how to meet the sellers and work with them directly to help them out because they're in tough situations financially or emotionally, and to help them out. What do I mean emotionally? Like I just had my dog pass away, guys. Okay, and let's say it was someone I really loved, and I lived in a different state, and someone I loved, they had a house, they passed away, and I care for them. I didn't want to come look at the house. I didn't want to move their stuff. So I'm willing to just let it go without even coming out there. So that's emotional. Okay. It might not even be financial. I have the money to take care of the property is paid off, free and clear, whatever. But I'm just willing to let it go for a discount because I don't want to go there emotional things with it. Okay. Um, anyways, when this crash comes, there's going to be a lot of motivated sellers from a variety of different factors. Some of them are just like deadbeats, but majority are not going to be deadbeats. They're just going to have no equity. They lost their jobs. They're college professors. They're college teachers. They're teachers. They're firefighters. I mean, they're just good college educated individuals and non-college individuals. But either way, the bankers took advantage of them. Right? They took advantage of them because they said, "Oh, this house appraises for so much," or they took advantage of them by giving them loans they didn't understand, like the amortization, where the bankers come up with funny numbers to rob you and me by the loans they give us. The majority of the money we pay for the first few years is not to reduce the principal; it's just to pay their lazy money, which is their interest. Okay, it's not even fair. It's very complex to explain, but you got to know that bankers, no matter how smart you are, I've seen them take advantage of everyone, including myself. So they're very smart at that one thing, which is to thief people out of their money through funny numbers. Like we need them, right? Like, in the society we live in, people think they need the bankers, but really the bankers need you. They need your money. okay, without you giving them your money, that was shut down, right? Because their business is to have people safeguard people's money. If people are not willing to give it to them to safeguard it because there's been run on the banks, which has happened in the history, which has happened right now in other parts of the world, just recently, check out Greece, etc. Then they'll be out of business. So we don't need a banker or credit score or any or FICO score. The bankers need us. They're just trying to trick us to think we need them. Does that make sense? Uh, and many people feel like you can't be your dreams unless you listen to the bankers. What I tell you is you can close your eyes, imagine what you want, and you can materialize whatever you want in your brain into the material world just through imagination, creativity, and hard work. Anyways, guys, more crash is going to be coming. All right, in my opinion, real estate's going to be crashing, and there's going to be many different countries that are going to be defaulting on their debt or are going to be in serious bubble crashes from Canada, Australia, America, and so on. And I believe that there's going to be a big wealth change, and I'm going to be on the side where I win because I just let go of everything that I had to go homeless for almost 2 years, and now the moons and the stars are going to line up for me, and I'm going to go help out as many people that I can all over America. Versus last time, I was scared to buy so many houses because my dad's a refugee, he's illiterate, my mom is illiterate. They didn't know, and I didn't have advice. I was bought properties, but I was tiptoeing. This time, I'm just gonna jump on in and get as much as I can, and like a guy that hasn't eaten for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very sorry for everyone that's going to lose their wealth and their 401s and their pensions. And I don't control that. I've been warning most people on my YouTube channel since 2014, 15, 16. Hey man, this shit's gonna melt down. Hey, the banks are not gonna give you your money, all this stuff. But people didn't want to listen to me. They said I was crazy. But you can see it happening now, guys. Anyways, if you like these videos, click like, share this video, and then join us on Flipping Wednesdays happening tomorrow and every Wednesday from 6 to 8. If you're new or if you're a pro, I can show you how to find deals in your backyard, okay, with no money for free in your backyard. And we'll hold your hand step by step to help you do it, okay? The other thing is, guys, for you guys that are new and your guys that are pro and in the medium, join the Abundance Club. Let's work together to help you your dreams, guys. I can show you with systems. I can show you negotiation. I can show you how to find deals, how to structure deals. We're actually working together with the group to go find deals in your backyard and get all the support you want every Saturday from 10 to 11, guys, every Saturday from 10 to 11 Central. Forget the REI clubs where you go there, you pay in 10, $20, they try to sell you some crap. Okay. I don't do any of that. Okay. You come, we find you deals in your backyard. Okay. That's it. I show you how to make money with $100 and turn it to 500 or 600, $700. Okay. I show you how to do that. Okay. That's part of that. And whatever you need help with. All right, guys, like, share, leave a comment. Peace. Let me know what you think about the crash.